Hello, my name is Woesle, and thank you for joining my cooking demonstration of diversity. Before I begin, I'd like to tell you about myself and the importance of diversity in my life. I'm a first-generation American with a German father and a French mother born in Algeria. Both my parents are chefs, and I'm fortunate enough to live in beautiful San Diego. I currently attend the University of San Diego and will major in accounting. In my life, food has had a very potent influence, and I have grown to use the kitchen as a way to understand values such as diversity. In this particular case, I will attempt to metaphorically explain my understanding of diversity by making a cup of tea. Now let's begin. The first step is to pour water into a pot. As a substance, water is transparent and contains no fruitful elements aside from the basic hydrogen and oxygen. This is very true of my life before college. I attended a predominantly white high school in the suburbs and had not experienced the many cultures nestled in San Diego. Thus, my diversity experience was a blank slate and was primarily fueled by mental models defined by ethnocentrism, stereotyping, and prejudice. The only cultural substance I had was of Western Europe and Southern California. This was essentially my hydrogen and oxygen in terms of diversity. It must be known that there's nothing terribly bad about a water's perspective on life. However, a continuously sheltered lifestyle lacks the richness and flavor that diversity provides. As the steam whistles out the pot, it represents the negative consequences of stereotypes. A lack of diversity causes people to grow hateful attitudes towards others because they do not understand the cultural relevance and context. It is very important to remove the pot from the stove before an eruption of negative steam occurs. Now that we have our boiled water, we will prepare the herbs for our diversity. This stage marks my undergraduate years and the opportunities it gave me to broaden my horizons. The spherical device is used to hold the herbs as they soak in water. To my convenience, its shape can symbolize the earth. I'll proceed to describe how each herb represents an experience in my college career and how it has allowed me to become a global citizen. My understanding of diversity comes from my volunteer work at the local juvenile hall. Every Saturday morning, I leave my university's campus to step out into the reality of the local community. As a mentor to juvenile detainees, the drugs and crime that plague these children is a sad yet humbling experience. I believe I have an onus to help out those in need of guidance. Helping out at the juvenile hall is a small step for me to hopefully continue my service learning around the world. Much of my experience of diversity comes from my university's emphasis on service learning. I've been able to attend service trips in Tijuana, Mexico. In Tijuana, I've spent countless hours visiting orphanages and HIV/AIDS clinics. The immersion has truly opened my eyes to the dichotomy between the two border nations. It is sad to see how one indestructible fence makes a difference between the luxuries of San Diego and extreme poverty. However, I've noticed that even though these people endure a lower quality of life, they still radiate smiles larger than my own cheeks can expand. With each experience, my makeshift globe becomes more and more full. If you notice, I've left a lot of space for the experiences I will witness at semester at sea. My goal is for it to one day reach the brim. This may be an impossible task, but I believe that becoming a global citizen is a lifelong process. But I will attempt to conquer the challenge of diversity. Doing so will not be easy. However, I'm extremely confident that semester at sea will greatly reduce this honest assessment. I will now dip my worldly experiences into the bareness of the water. As you can see, the knowledge gained from my previous and future experiences quickly diffuses into the water that was once my naive, ignorant self. This is now my very own cup of diversity. It tastes a little weak now, but I expect it to be much stronger when I return from semester at sea.